Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a review of a really nifty reissue of some classics of American music that even those of you who are not American may want to get, because this is fun. This is the stuff that I grew up on, and it's so nice to see it back. It's on the ALTO label, and you get the Grand Canyon Suite, and Virgil Thomson's The Plow That Broke the Plains, and Morton Gould's Fall River Legend, along with the Guaracha from his Latin American Sinfonette, which is just wonderful, and finally Copland's El Salon, Mexico. And the selection of performances is really good. I mean, where they're all licensed from, they're all licensed, that's for sure, because credit is given, which is a good thing. But there's some classics here. So let's start at the beginning. The Grand Canyon Suite, which I love. I did a video on the Grand Canyon Suite. It's wonderful. This is with the Utah Symphony Orchestra and Maurice Abravanel. Now, Abravanel in Utah were a thing when I was growing up because, first of all, they were very inexpensive. They were inexpensive. They were mostly recording on Vanguard and Vox. And more fun, the cool thing was that you could get like really interesting repertoire. Abravanel did things like Mio and Verez and Bloch and all kinds of interesting stuff out there in Utah. And he did it very well for the most part. He really did. I mean, there were big cycles. There was the Mahler cycle, which got a lot of play in its day. And there's a Brahms cycle and Sibelius and Tchaikovsky. And he did a lot of repertoire, really a lot. And not all of it is great. But the rare repertoire is really pretty special. And somebody really should just like box it all up and issue it. Vanguard, whoever has Vanguard, if that's you, Alto, that would be lovely. And Vox should do it. It's great stuff. Anyway, so you've got his Grand Canyon Suite. And then we have Virgil Thomson, The Plow That Broke the Plains, the film score conducted by Stokowski with the Symphony of the Air. That's a classic version that was on Vanguard as well. I mean, the Vanguard people should at least do a Stokowski box. There's a bunch of Stokowski stuff out there. There was the Mozart Grand Partita. There's that demented Tchaikovsky Fourth. There's L'Histoire du Soldat. There's the Virgil Thomson disc. There's a really cool little Stokowski collection to be had there. That would be wonderful, all in a nice little boxlet. So that's my suggestion. And then you get Morton Gould's Fall River Legend. This is a ballet about Lizzie Borden. You know who Lizzie Borden was? There's a story. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks, and when she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. Or the other way around. She gave her father 40 whacks and gave her mother 41. Whatever it was, she was an axe murderess. And it makes a wonderful, wonderful ballet, I must say. And you also get the Guaracha from the Latin American Sinfonette, which is just a wonderful piece. Absolutely wonderful. And finally, Copland, that's with Morton Gould and his own orchestra. So those are, that those performances are good. That was on RCA, I believe. And then you get Copland's El Salon, Mexico with the Minneapolis Symphony and Untitled Dorati. I mean, these are all real. That was a Mercury Living Presence, I think. These are all really, really good performances. This is an inspired collection because it's such a wonderful arrangement of repertoire. You can listen to it straight through. You get a variety of styles. All of the performances are just about as good as they come. It's really first class. Absolutely first class. So good move, Alto. I have nothing but praise for this particular effort. And, at the price, it's a steal. And, everybody will have their favorite versions of most of this music. I understand. But as a collection and as just a wonderfully warm moment of nostalgia for my lost discount childhood when I would, cut lawns and sell peaches and do things. You know how I actually made money to get records? I'll tell you. My grandfather gave me his movie collection. He had silent films. We had Mighty Mouse and we had The Little Rascals and we had a couple other things like that, and Popeye, and we had a Super 8 or whatever it was movie projector, and I would sell popcorn and project them, and for 10 cents I would invite the neighborhood kids in for regular showings, and I would do soundtracks, classical music soundtracks. I mean, I was all of like 9. I was an odd kid. And I would gather up the money that I would go down to Goodwill Industries in good old Milford and buy used records. And they had some amazing classical music stuff down there. They really did. I mean, the Bruckner Fifth with Gerhard Pfluger on Urania. I mean, where are you going to find that thing? Anyway, so that was how I got into this stuff. And because these discs, the Vanguards, the Voxes, they were super cheap. So like a lot of you who were in the U.S. at the time, this is what we got. It's what we could afford. We'd look at the import section with the Deutsche Grammophon things, with the shiny covers. Oh, it was so out of our price range. The beautiful Philips boxes with the styrofoam that hadn't yet decayed and melted and destroyed all the LPs. It was great. So anyway, enough of the nostalgia. This is just musically good stuff. It really is. And I'm very grateful to ALTO for making it available, and I recommend it to you very highly accordingly. So keep on listening, friends. Take care.